Sampa-dam-pa-dam-pa-dam. Sampa-dam-pa-dam-pa. Sama-dam-pa-dam-pa-dam-pa-dam. Sampa-dam-pa-dam-pa. Sampa-dam-pa-dam-pa-dam. Sama-dam-pa-dam-pa. Sa-da-da-ba-dam, sama-dam-pa-dam-pa-dam. Sampa-dam-pa-dam-pa.
I'm underway from Belitung. I checked out of the country yesterday to head towards Malaysia. My plan is to go up to Johor Inlet or Strait between Singapore and Malaysia. I had a problem at immigration yesterday. There was some confusion about my visa. My agent in Indonesia told me I had till September 7th to check out. Immigration says I should have been out on August 6th. 16 days over on my visa. The fine is 1,000,000 rupiah a day. So they demanded 16 million rupiah from me yesterday. That's a little over $1,000 US. And they wouldn't budge. They told me either pay or they deport me and I have to leave my boat behind. So I paid. I'm a little upset with my agent who told me I had till September 7th. I even verified it with her a couple weeks ago just to make sure. I wanted to be sure. She said yes, till the 6th of September. She was wrong. And I ended up paying for it. So I'm on my way. Usual downwind sailing. Wind's not too strong, so it's a little rolly. But we're doing 4.5 knots or something in the right direction. It's going to be an overnight passage to at least to the top of Bangka Island. So, whatever. You know, at sea I'm free from the land and the people and the bureaucracy and the troubles. I've been sailing all day like this, double reefed main and almost a full Genoa. As far downwind as I can and still keep the wind in the Jenny without the main blocking it. I'm making really good time, 5.5 to 6.5 knots. Been pretty boisterous, rolly. We went over on our side once and everything that was on the starboard side ended up on the port side of the boat. It's early in the morning on my second day from Belitung. My usual semi-sleepless night. I'm just approaching the north end of Bangka Island. Still about 15 miles away, but see a fishing boat in front of me, which I'm going to have to dodge. Last night in the middle of the night, I saw lights on the horizon, and I thought, well, they're still, 5-6 miles away from me. I went below to do whatever. I was checking the course and whatever. I came back out, and I was in the middle of them. I was sailing all night, and I'm between two fishing boats. There's one on my left and one on my right, a beam of me, about 50 meters on one side, 50 meters on the other, and I just dumb luck, I split them and didn't run into one of them. It's just amazing. So I've been up sitting in the cockpit since then. That was about 3 o'clock because that was a close call, too close. My own fault. It's hard to tell at night, how far lights are away. I don't have radar, so it's hard to tell. You see a light, you don't know if it's 5 miles away or 50 meters away. Anyway, I got lucky there. Final approach to the anchorage on the north end of Bangka Island. 130 miles or something, and I'll have completed it in just over 24 hours. And I didn't run the engine except for an hour and a half in the middle of the night to charge the batteries to feed the autopilot. That said, I am going to start it up here to anchor after I round this island up here, put the sails away. .30 a.m. I'm leaving Bangka Island, heading towards a little island called Pekachang. I don't know that there's going to be a suitable anchorage there. It's kind of a hot dog shaped island, and it kind of points like into the wind, so I don't know if either side is going to be tenable as an anchorage. It's 38 miles away. I'm going to see, and then if it's not, I'll just bite the bullet and head off to the right, to starboard, and head towards Linga Island. I don't want to do an overnighter because of all the hazards, but if the anchorage is no good, I'm not going to have a choice. So I'm running the motor only to power the windlass to raise the anchor, and then I left under sail, trying to not use the gearbox. I'm going really slow, but it is what it is. I just don't want to destroy the gearbox any more than it is. Guess they're anchored out here. It's 88 feet of water. Roll the ass. Arlen, Arlen, Arlen. This is the sailing vessel Lena May. Lena May on channel 16. Do you copy? Arlen, I am the sailing vessel off to your port side. Do you see me? This guy's on a collision course with me, a cargo ship. Arlen, this is Lena May on 16.
Yeah, no, 16 now, 16.
Yes, I am on 16. Have you altered course?
Lena May, Arlen.
Arlen, this is Lena May.
Yes, I know, I see you this person. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So what's your problem?
I just wanted to make sure you saw me, sir.
This is my ship at the mixer.
I will be standing by on 16.
16 now.
God damn. I don't think he understood me at all, but he must have altered because now he's going to pass me by almost a mile. We were literally on a collision course, so. I thought he altered, but we're on a collision course again. So what I've done is I sheeted the jib flat, even though we're on a broad reach, to slow down, to let him pass. Talked to him, but he didn't really have any resolution to our collision course, other than me not getting in his way, apparently. It's 7:15 a.m. and I'm approaching the equator, less than a mile away. Crossing back north, I crossed in March of 2019 near the Galapagos, heading south, and I haven't been back to the northern hemisphere since. So that's fun. It'll be summertime in another 20 minutes or so. At this rate, at this speed. Oh, the wind died during the night, so I'm going only about 3 knots. You can hear the sails bang behind me. What are you going to do? Leaving Kentar Island for Messinac Island. I've been here a couple days. I stayed at A to rest, and then yesterday there was no wind, or I thought there was going to be no wind according to the forecast. It picked up in the afternoon, but today there's supposed to be better wind, so I just left Kentar. If you hear the engine, it's only to charge the batteries. I sailed off the hook. I passed that island because it didn't look like there was any protection from the wind waves coming from the southeast. So I came up to this next island called Belitung. Boy, this is Indonesia right here. This didn't turn out to be a good decision. I mean, I'm sure, well, I'm pretty confident I'll hold, but there's no protection here. This is just going to be just going to be pitching my bows into the wind right now, so it's not going to be, at least a roll back and forth. But the wind just blows straight up through here. There's no, the island's not between the wind and me. The wind and seas and me. After I left Tual, I stayed in an anchorage on the island next to it. We had to kind of weave through a reef system to get into the anchorage. And I knew I was anchored in deep water, tenuous at the edge of a reef. And in the middle of the night, the wind swung around and my rudder touched the reef. I was in bed and I could hear it go, where it hits, the rudder hit the coral head. So immediately I was up and out in the cockpit, and I left within 15 seconds. I mean, the motor started, motored off the reef, pulled the anchor, and then I had to leave through that reef system in the middle of the night and try to not run into anything. So what I do now is I set, in a tenuous anchorage like this, I'll set a course that I can follow at night. So I've set it on Navionics so that all I have to do is follow the course that I've pre-laid out, and I know that that's safe water. If I stay on that course, I can avoid all the hazards, like that big fish thing behind me, and there's a reef behind me as well, and then head out past that island and into safe water. So I do that now regularly if there's any indication that I might have to leave in the middle of the night. It's the safest thing to do. I've been thinking about this whole Indonesian debacle. $1,000 is a lot of money to me. That's a lot of money to lose. But even if I hadn't been fined $1,000, Indonesia is incredibly expensive to visit with the bureaucracy. The food and everything's really cheap, but it costs $100 a month for a visa. If you get a B211 6-month visa, you're paying 2 million rupiah every 2 months. So that's $1 million a month, 100 Aussie dollars a month to visit Indonesia. And that's just too much. And then it's on top of that, it's extremely complicated. You need an agent, you need to do all this paperwork, and you need to visit immigration every 2 months, and God forbid you make a mistake, you get fined 16 million like I did. So anyway, tomorrow I continue on towards Malaysia, provided I survive the night.